In this video, we're going to learn how to export the CSV file. So let's just get started without further ado. In the last video, we just successfully saw how to import the CSV file. Now the next step to export the CSV file. So the first thing that we have to do is to create the form for export. The method will be again post as always, and this time we're just going to use one field, and input type will be submit, name will be exp, and whatever you want to give. That's it. Save it, go back here, refresh. Okay, we forgot to add the value. It will be export, and let's place the BR tag here to make a space. Great. Export. This will be the button. Simply export the entire database values into our CSV file. The same thing we will do here. We will set if, and we will check is set. This time name will be exp as we define here, and we're gonna say CSV export. We do not have to parse any parameter here. Save it. The index.php is done. Now the work we have to do is in csv.php. Now here we have to create the function again, and name would be export. No parameter required. And first we have to make state.csv false by default, and we also have to do the same thing with the import function. We just forgot to do that. And now we have to run the query. Select, we only have to select t dot first, t dot last, t dot h from what was the name file, as t. File was a database table and t is the alias. We will store this result in run, and now we will check the result. If run num rows, if the result is greater than 0, that means that we have a data store in our table. So if it is a store, only then we have to export it. Otherwise, no need for that. We can simply say else echo no data found. Simple. So in here we have to first create the variable and store the name. We will say csv underscore, and unique id is the PHP function that provides us a unique number, and then dot csv, the extension. It will be the name. Now we have to open that file. Fopen, again provide the file, and this time we have to write in the file. We do not have to read. Last time we used the R, which means read. Now we are using W, which means write. So that's the thing. Now we have to do the while loop again, and in here we have to use raw, the same variable as we did last time. We're gonna use fetch array, the MySqli class function, which get the result, and we have to provide this in order to get the array in numbers, not the associative array. Once this will done, let's see what we're gonna get here. Save it, go back. Okay, call to undefined function. Okay, we made a mistake here. It's supposed to be double S, not double E underscore here. Save it, go back, refresh. Okay, all good. You see, we got the array of all the data that we have in our database. Cool. So no need for this now. We will gonna say if there is another function f put csv, and in this we will have to provide the file which we get here, the open file, and the fields that we have to put in, which is raw. It takes the array of the fields. So we already have a set of every raw in a form of array. So we simply have to provide this raw, and it will done. And if it will done, what we have to do, we have to simply make our state underscore csv true, else the same thing that we did in our import, we have to make it false. And now the same thing for the display. Copy the entire display condition from import and place it here. After a while, successfully export. Let's do one thing. Right after that, use the fclose function here and close this file. One thing we have to do, we have to put our files in one step directory, so it will be a clean and nice environment around. So we have to create a folder, files here. So the files will gonna store here. That's it. Go back, refresh, successfully export. Come here, you see we got the file, and it will have all the data. You see, great. Okay, now there's one more tip that I have to give you. Let me insert one raw here. First, last, and h. Save this file. This file has been saved. Delete this file here. Now in our database, empty the database table. Go into the table, and it is empty now. Go back here, browse the file, import, successfully import. Refresh it and you see first name, last name is also coming, but we do not want that because these are the labels of the columns. So in order to remove this first part, what we have to do, we have to go to our import function, and in here we have to create one variable, make it false by default, and when the file start running within the while, we have to check if this first variable is true or not. If it is not, then simply make it true, else perform all this work. In this case, we will escape the columns labels, save it, empty the database table again, go into the table, come back here, browse the same file again, import it, go back, refresh, and you see the first name, last name, and the labels, every single label has gone. So that's how we do the import and export of CSV files. Hope you guys like it. Take care for now. Bye bye.